Crenshaw district of Los Angeles. It's called the West Side. And it was mostly a African American and Asian American community. I went to Dorsey High School. It was a large Japanese American community in Crenshaw at that time. I got involved with fighting and drugs. I mean, I was doing okay in school, and I was also participating in the swim team and the football team. But some events took place that personally affected me. A couple of friends of mine drowned when I was in the 10th grade, and we were all at the beach when it happened. So that kind of threw me off, and I got into fighting. On the weekends, we'd go to these dances and end up fighting with these other Japanese American guys from the east side, from Triangle Bowl, and they were called the Buddha Bandits. And so we would fight at these dances and take drugs during the week, and it was like a downhill spiral for me. I was thinking, man, I got to get out of this. I won't be able to pull out of it. And so 3 of us, who were all caught in this similar kind of rhythm, decided to enlist. So we went down to the recruiting office and signed up, and that's how I got in.
But why'd you pick the Marine Corps? Because that's the baddest ass, toughest branch.
I'm not sure. Now, I think it's because of that. It was kind of a macho kind of a thing. But also because I knew 3 guys who had come back. They were in the Marine Corps, went to Vietnam, they had come back. And that influenced my choice.
And how did you feel once you got in the Corps and went through the training?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
Like I made a really big mistake. I had some experiences in boot camp that were not very encouraging for my survival. We have classes. Every day there's physical training, and we sit in a classroom and listen to Marine Corps history and first aid and tactics. And while in this class, where all the recruits are sitting down in these chairs and the drill instructor's talking, and in the middle of the class the drill instructor says, "Private Nakayama, stand up." So he had me stand up in front of everybody. He goes, "All right, turn around." So I turn around. He goes, "All right, everybody, this is what a gook looks like. When you see this motherfucker out in the jungle, you need to kill this motherfucker." And I was like, oh, great, you know. So all I needed is to get pointed out as an individual. Luckily, when I did get to Vietnam, nobody shot at me from my own side. First thing, I was assigned to an infantry unit. Of course, 95% of Marines are infantry. That means, you know, you're on the ground with a rifle. And on the first day, I was walking with my new unit down this road, and there was a big explosion that was maybe 150 yards away. And everybody got down, so I got down. I didn't know what to do, and I was next to a rice paddy, and I heard this a splash. And I looked over, and here's this leg that had flown up in the air. This guy stepped on a booby trap and blew his legs off. And the leg comes splashing down about 20 feet away from me. So that was my first day. I saw 2 other dead Marines that day. So on the first day, I got introduced to major injury and death. We would go for a month and have no contact. And then for the next 3 weeks, we'd be in contact every day. So it's not predictable whether you're going to be fighting or waiting. It's not up to where you are. The last night I was there, we were set up in a perimeter, and we got hit by an NBA platoon with rockets and small arms. So what happened was, we're set up, and I was just eating, and I was looking through binoculars at night. If you ever if you have binoculars, if you try using them at night, they absorb all the available light and intensifies. So you can see, it's almost like a night vision. And I was looking at a tree line. There's in the distance, and I saw this grass twitching in front of me, and I looked down, and this guy, maybe 25 feet, he's crawling up on my position, and I was like, whoa. So I grabbed the guy next to me and pulled him down. As soon as I did that, 3 positions got hit with rockets. Blew us out of the hole. I mean, I did a somersault, I think. We came down, we were facing each other, laying down our stomachs. His face was covered with blood. My face, because if you get cut in your face, excessive bleeding, it could be a little cut. It just bleeds, right? But anyway. So I was like, oh my God, you're fucked up. And he's looking at me like, oh shit, you're fucked up. And the next thing I knew, I was like trying to get up, and I looked up, and here's this North Vietnamese soldier, and he's like, pow, 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 firing automatic, and he goes, pow, and I get hit. And I go down, and then I'm like still trying to get away, but they're slingshotting these grenades, and all these grenades, there's like 15 grenades come flying in, and they went boom, boom, and by this time, my hearing is gone. I can't hear anything because of the rocket. And all I'm seeing is flashes going boom, 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 and I'm like, shit, and I get another piece in my shoulder. So I got shot, I got a piece in my shoulder, hit in the head, and but I'm still alive. And so they had come through, and then they took off. So that's what we call being overrun, when they were able to come through our lines and shoot people. So I go to they put me on a helicopter to be medevac to Da Nang, and I get to the medevac center, and I'm on a cot. We're all on stretchers, and they start taking people and they're treating them. And after about 20 minutes, I had a head wound. I was bleeding from my head, and I knew I was an Eagle Scout, so I knew from Boy Scout training that's one of the first things you treat, bleeding, especially from the head. So anyway, I was getting worried. I thought I was going to die when I was out in the jungle from this chest wound. And now I'm just laying here, and I'm like, hey, man, somebody going to treat me? Are you going to do something for me? And the guy goes, shit, we didn't know you were a Marine. We thought you were the gook. So I think they were taking their time, and they could have left me to bleed out. So that was my last night in the jungle. After that, because of my wounds, I was not capable of combat anymore. So I went to Da Nang Hospital, went to a hospital in Japan for 6 weeks, and I came back home.